something you must be able to do with quadratics is factorise them. If they can be factorised, you need to be able to do this. So I'm going to work through 3 different problems with factorising. The first one's nice and basic. X squared minus 6x plus 5. So this, you're looking for 2 numbers that multiply together to make the 5, but add together to make minus 6. So that would be minus 5 and minus 1. They multiply together to make 5, but add together to make minus 6. So x minus 5 and x minus 1. Okay? We should be at a stage where we are able to factorise a quadratic like that. If not, there are videos that I've worked through on more factorising, so you can get a little bit more practice. Then we've got 9x squared minus 16. These types where you don't have a singular x will most likely be the difference of 2 squares. So 9x squared is 3x all squared, and 16 is 4 squared. So you can write this as 3x minus 4 and 3x plus 4. 3x times 3x makes the 9x squared. 3x times 4 is 12x. And then we've got minus 4 times 3x is minus 12x. They cancel each other out, and you're left with a minus 4 times 4, which makes the minus 16. Okay, so that's how you'd factorise the first 2. The last one's the most difficult. Sometimes students, because there is a number 4 or another number in front of the x squared other than 1, shy away from these. So you need to make sure you have a method. Now one method is to multiply the 4 by the minus 6, which gets me minus 24. You're then looking for 2 numbers that multiply together to make that minus 24, but add together to make 5. Okay? So that would be 8 and minus 3. 8 and minus 3 multiply together to make minus 24, and they add together to make 5. So if we split the 5x into 8x and minus 3x, okay, we can write it like that. Now it doesn't look in any way easier. In fact, it looks more complicated. But now, if I draw lines under the 2 halves, factorise the 2 halves independently. So the first half, we're going to have 4x, and then we would have x plus 2. And over here, if I factorise this half, minus 3x minus 6, I can take out the minus 3, and I'd have x plus 2 in the bracket. What you should find is that you always get the same bracket here. If you don't, if you've got different elements inside those brackets, you've gone wrong. We can then say, well, if we've got 4x lots of x plus 2 and minus 3 lots of x plus 2, then I would have x plus 2 times 4x minus 3. Okay, so the x plus 2 is just coming from the bracket, the 4x minus 3 takes up the second bracket, and that is then the third quadratic factorised.